Hello and welcome back to the On the Slate Movie Podcast. We are your hosts, Wesley,
Jason,
and Asher.
We are back with a new set. We are under construction, but today we are going to be breaking down the summer at the box office. We're going to revisit the predictions that we made, and then we're also going to look forward to some movies coming out in the next few years. So let's get to it, boys. Beep, beep, beep. Well, fellas, it's been a while, but we're back. How have you guys been?
Yeah,
I've been good. I guess it doesn't feel like a while for the audience, but it's been a while for us since we last recorded because I moved, and that's why we're in a new under construction set. So
we promise.
It feels good to be back, though.
Shout out to Asher for committing to the construction theme for this day.
I'm going to take the helmet off, though, now.
If you're listening and not watching, he has a emergency vest and the hard hat on. So.
Because we're under construction.
Yes. So there's the joke. Yeah. We explained it to you. So now you get to laugh.
Yep. We'll give you a moment.
Yeah. We need to get one of those things where we like push the applause. What do you guys? It's like a soundboard. Yeah.
That's so funny.
Let's subscribe. And then maybe we can make
so we can afford a soundboard.
So anyway, boys, it's been a wild summer at the box office. We've had a lot of big time movies come out, like Superman, Fantastic Four. What else came out? Lilo and Stitch, How to Train Your Dragon, Weapons, which we'll talk about. There's been a lot of great movies and some not so great movies, but honestly, mostly like pretty solid, but nothing like top tier, I think, has come out. But we have done full on deep dives of Superman, Fantastic Four, and Thunderbolts, and Captain America: Brave New World, all superhero movies that have come out this year. So you can check those out. But we're done with our summer of superheroes, and we're on to bigger and better things. But today is our news episode.
Yeah.
So let's get started. Asher, did you have a shout out prepared or not?
Yeah. Do we want to go with the one that you brought up, Jason? Or
I like that one.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Well, then you might have to pull it up.
I can do it.
Because it's on.
I got you.
Are you on TikTok?
It was on TikTok.
Oh, yeah. I don't have the tickety talk.
All right.
It's okay.
I got you. Pretend I'm Asher.
I'm pretending. It's not very easy.
I like Jason to read it, though.
Oh.
Because it was funny when you read it.
Okay. Pulling it up now.
Which, while he's pulling that up, just a quick disclaimer. The set hasn't really been sound treated yet. So for the listeners, if the audio doesn't sound as clean and pristine as it usually does, then just have some grace with us.
I promise we're also not just mirroring the image.
Jason stayed the same.
All right. So this is on a short we posted literally last night. Well, last night from recording. This is from TikTok specifically, but you can find the shorts on YouTube and on our Instagram. It's from this guy called Not Your Average WARF. Don't know what that means. Hope it's nothing crazy. He says, "Yep, Evan Peters has a point. Sorry, I couldn't resist. In the newest film, Lex hates Superman so much that he starts vibrating for half a second before crying silent tears through gritted teeth. His hubris and irrational hate/rage absolutely got the better of him, and I think it'll be interesting to see how he adapts to that moving forward." So for those of you who don't know, which, I mean, maybe you do if you've seen our friend Wesley here, but he kind of looks like Evan Peters, which is what the commenter is referencing. And I replied to him. I said, it's okay. Wesley embraces the fact that he looks like Mr. Peters. But, he's just kind of echoing a point that I kind of agree with. I think the Lex we see in the 2025 Superman movie is a less mature version of the character. And we're going to see that kind of evolve. I mean, we got some news related to that, right? Like with a new Superman movie coming out.
Yeah, we do have Superman news that we'll talk about later. So thanks. Shout out to Not Your Average
WARF.
Wharf?
Yeah.
Not Your Average Wharf.
Oh, that might be an acronym for something. Anyway, yeah, it's more like Evan Peters looks like me.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Even though Evan Peters is older than you.
So Yeah, well, we don't talk about that. So Evan Peters, if you want to do a movie where like you need a younger brother,
a stunt double who doesn't do stunts,
hire me. I will do it. I'll sign up. It will change my life, I'm sure. Anyway, well, great. So let's get into it. So we're starting with a guessing game today. We're going to guess.
Yes.
We're going to have Asher and Jason guess. Do you both want to do your top 10 or do you just want to do like top 5? Summer, like how, and the criteria for this is the highest performing movies at the box office worldwide.
During the summer.
So that is starting with like Thunderbolts and ending with
so there's one movie I have in mind that I don't know when it actually came out.
I believe the latest movie on this is Freakier Friday.
That's
which is currently still in theaters and it's still at its height almost. Well, not quite at its height, but it's still making money.
Are the actual rankings in the agenda?
No. They're not. I hid them from you guys intentionally.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, I looked at the agenda.
So why don't you both do like...
I think I could ring off a top 5.
Top 5.
I'll do top 5 too.
And then I can just go in the top 10. I'll actually have the top 20 listed. So we'll see how much we can get through. But
all right. So
Jason, you're up first.
I want to go with... now, I might be shooting myself in the foot here, but I know it's the highest grossing movie this year anyways. I just don't know if it came out within the summer blockbuster range. But Ninja 2.
So I'm not counting Ninja 2
No.
because it's not...
It came out in April,
It
right?
came out earlier in the year in China, and I didn't really consider it. But yes, that would be easily number 1.
Okay.
Which we can talk about later. I didn't actually put that in the agenda.
Now... When what are we starting from May?
So yeah, like the early May, which is when Thunderbolts came out, and then to Freakier Friday, which is like early, or it's like mid-August.
Minecraft?
Minecraft
That was also
count.
Okay.
Really?
Minecraft does not count.
Was that an April movie? No, that was May.
Nope.
No?
It was
All right.
April or
All right.
March.
Oh.
So, How to Train Your...
Sinners also does not count either.
Really? That was May. Anyways.
It had to have its release date during the summer, not before and carry over into.
Gotcha.
So.
All right. So I'm going to go with Lilo and Stitch.
Is that number 5?
Number 1.
Number 1. Okay.
Oh, sorry. I probably should start from the back. But
So 1 to 5.
yeah. Lilo and Stitch, How to Train Your Dragon, Superman. Superman. Shoot. What should we be for?
Do you want me to tell you just
No.
some movies that-
I'm just thinking. I want to say, this is probably a terrible choice, but Weapons and then Thunderbolts.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So you had Lilo and Stitch, How to Train Your Dragon, Superman, Weapons, Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does oh, never mind. Okay, I'm gonna go Lilo and Stitch number 1. Mission Impossible number 2.
Oh crap.
I'm gonna go Superman number 3. F1 number 4.
Crap.
And then How to Train Your Dragon number 5. So to recap, Lilo, Mission Impossible. What did I do after that?
Superman.
Lilo, Mission Impossible, Superman,
Then you said
F1, and Dragon.
Okay. I think Astro wins.
What?
I completely forgot about.
But before we get to the top 5, I'll go through the top 10 real quick, and then we can comment on some ones that also just miss. So number 10, coming in with $236 million worldwide, and I think technically still making a little bit more money, but I don't think it's going to catch number 9, is a movie that I did not even have on my radar, and it is Weapons. Number 10.
Weapons.
So you said it was number 5, but it was actually number 10.
I knew it was really successful for a rated R film.
Yeah, it was very successful. I think it just kind of came out of nowhere, but
I didn't know it was coming out.
some of these
Julia Garner's just been in the movies this year.
It was just a really buzzy horror movie with, it kind of had that dark comedy aspect to it with some
I think word of mouth
movie star talent
carried it pretty hard.
and really good reviews, both critically and from fans. It's kind of
it's my number one movie.
perfect
so far
storm. I think, a potential winner for the surprise of the summer. Coming at number 9 with $300 million. Jason's going to like this. Final Destination Bloodlines.
Yay.
Number 9. Number 8 with $382 million. Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
Disappointed.
I knew it wasn't in the top
Actually,
5. I just couldn't.
Which, by the way, made less money than Captain America did.
Which is a bad movie.
That is not.
That's not fair, Wesley.
So
That's not cool.
I think that
So
goes to
not
show
cool.
that
brand matters.
Brand matters. In this case, it does. So number 7 with a big jump up. So Thunderbolts had 382, but number 7 with $507 million is the Fantastic Four: First Steps.
Yeah.
And that still is in theaters. I don't think it's going to catch up to the next one at number 6.
Oh, who's still seeing it at this point?
Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, number 6. $598 million.
So close.
598, just missed 600 million. I don't think that's in theaters anymore at this point, but I feel like they could probably etch out another 2 million if they really just re-release it or something. Number 5, $611 million. Superman.
Dang.
Wow.
I had that at number 1.
Well,
So
I knew
fumbled the bag big time.
You watch our older episodes. I called Wesley insane for saying it would hit $1 billion.
And you even said it was going to make like 700 to 800 million. It didn't even get that. So,
Well, I thought it would be more popular than Man of Steel.
It was popular. It just wasn't the mega hit that people.
Well,
thought
no,
it was gonna be.
I thought it was going to be more popular than Man of Steel.
And we'll get into it in a minute. Before we just talk about Superman for 20 minutes, because that will happen because I get distracted. Number 4, F1 the movie.
That's a good.
$613 million, barely makes more than Superman. There is a chance that those could flip flop because I just checked my local theater and both of them were still showing.
I just watched F1 in IMAX like a week ago.
Yeah. So it's still, there's only 2 million difference that could change, but in the overall run, but the summer season, according for the purposes of this, has officially closed. So this list is locked. However, there could be adjustments. Number 3, How to Train Your Dragon with $630 million. And there's a big one at number 2 that neither of you said, and I don't know if you remember this. Me and Jason saw this like last week.
Oh yeah, I forgot I watched it.
Jurassic World Rebirth.
Are you serious?
Jurassic World Rebirth made $856 million.
What?
Dude, it's not fair that these movies make.
We
a ton
remember
of
we
money.
said we were like really debating like, is this going to be $1 billion movie?
I did, but
And I think we ended up with saying no, but we're like it's going to be close. And sure enough, it's close. I mean, 856. I mean, that's $150 million. That's a lot of money, but I mean that's pretty close though.
it's kind of disappointing for the franchise though.
Yeah, I mean that's probably the lowest grossing of the new era of. But I mean, the movie was terrible, so I don't feel bad for it.
Really?
It was not good.
I want to hear your thoughts.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll get into it later. And then at number 1, just surpassing $1 billion. This year's only $1 billion movie so far is Lilo and Stitch.
For the summer. Ninja 2 has $2 billion.
Oh, true. I keep forgetting about Ninja 2. My American brain. So here are some movies that did not make the cut. The Bad Guys 2 is number 11. I had that at number 10. $178 million. It's a ways behind Weapons. I don't think it's going to catch. Number 12, Elio, which I had at number 8 on my list. $153 million. 28 years later, 150. I had that at number 9 on my list.
I am sad that didn't breach the top 10.
Ballerina is currently at number 14, which is $135 million. Freakier Friday is at 15 with 134. So that's going to pass Ballerina and maybe catch up to 28 years later in Elio as well. Number 16, the Smurfs movie.
Yeah.
$114 million. Just edging out Karate Kid's Legends by like a couple $1,000. Couple $10,000, I think.
Wow.
Number 18, The Naked Gun at 95. Materialist at 1992 million. And to finish out the rankings is A Working Man, which is a Jason Statham action movie. $88 million. Guess what movie did not make even close to the top 20 summer movies that I originally thought would crack the top 15?
Can I see his top 15 list?
This movie was hailed as they thought was going to be the next big thing.
Okay.
They thought they had a huge franchise on their hands.
Oh, Mithrigan
2.0. I don't even know. I stopped ranking him after 20, but it's on the year. It's like in the 40s overall. And I think in the summer, it'd probably be like 25. Megan 2.0 made $39 million.
No one went to go see that.
Which is, really, yeah. I mean, that's about 50 million short of being able to make the top 20 list. So big disappointment. So comparing to this to my list, I actually got 0 of the placements correct.
I knew it.
In the
I
top
called
10, unfortunately.
I know.
The ones that made the list that I didn't were F1, which went all the way to number 4. I had that missing.
Well, did we even know that was coming out when you were going over things?
Well, yeah, we did. I had it predicted at like 11 or 12.
Mm-hmm.
The Bad Guys 2 misses. I had that at 10. It was at 11. Weapons surprised everybody and made the top 10. Final Destination Bloodlines, I debated, but I left it out. And
paid dearly for it.
That made it 9. So my 9 and 10 basically didn't make it. And Bad Guys 2, and Elio didn't make it either. So my 8, 9, and 10 all were wrong. So I'll take that. The bottom end of my list being wrong as the 3 that didn't make it on the list.
I was close. I said you would have had 8 on the list. You got 7 on the list.
So I got 7 on the list. I just didn't get any of the placements correct. So I'm going to go ahead and say that is not really a success, but it's not like total failure either.
Yeah.
It's my first summer ever doing this. So, maybe next year I'll do better. 70%.
Certified could be improved.
Anyway, Asher, you had Lilo and Stitch correct, and you had F1 correct.
Yes.
As like the exact placements.
Yes.
And the only ones that you left off was Mission Impossible, which was number 6.
Mm-hmm.
Or sorry, you left off Jurassic World
in
favor of Mission Impossible, which was number 6. And you had Weapons. You shouldn't have said Weapons, bro.
I couldn't think. I would have.
And you didn't say F1 either, right?
I forgot about him.
Or Jurassic World. So So Superman was the only one, the superhero movie that cracked the top 5, which that's really interesting. Because Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four both were 7 and 8, and that's definitely Thunderbolts underperformed. Fantastic Four, I think, was still successful overall. Like I think it made Disney money, but
it was in the cultural zeitgeist.
Yeah, I just don't know if it like wowed them. The thing with Superman is it actually performed really well in the U.S. and domestic markets, in which if it was like any other type of superhero movie in the past, at least if the international numbers were like what they were expected to be, I think this could have been like a $700-800 million movie, but really just didn't perform well overseas at all. And
they don't like hope out there.
Yeah, I mean, Man of Steel was a bigger worldwide success in terms of box office. So I think Man of Steel is still the number 1 worldwide at the box office. However, Superman 2025 is the highest grossing Superman movie in the U.S.
When you take into account inflation, though.
When you take into account inflation, yeah, Man of Steel is still king in the box office. Although both of those movies...
Steal the king.
Yes, exactly. Steal the king. Both of those movies, I think... I don't know. Maybe that's just kind of the floor for Superman. Maybe Superman is just not as big as... Maybe Superman is just not $1 billion type franchise. Or at least in terms of like a single movie, Well... Because movies like The Batman 2022 made like over $100 million more. So Batman is what sells tickets. Spider-Man is what sells tickets. And I don't think the Batman like culturally was as hyped up. I don't know when it came out. Maybe it was. I don't know, but it just I'm just going by feeling. I don't. But the data clearly shows that Batman was more popular. I'm just wondering. BVS was really popular.
Yeah,
and that's probably because Batman was in it. And Superman himself could make you some money, but he's not going to make you Batman money. He's not going to make you $1 billion. So we'll see how that goes for Warner Brothers going forward, because we'll talk about the newly announced projects coming soon.
Superman's the cooler character.
Okay. I'm just wondering if this, like the first half of this year, if it was too saturated with superhero movies, and that kind of led to like the performance of Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four, maybe Superman, and just because by the time we get to that, Captain America was already out. What else came out before? Or I don't know if anything else came out before. It was just a matter of the fact that all of those other superhero movies came out pretty closely together.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's any secret that superhero movies are not in anymore. I think they still will continue to make money and be successful. We're not going to have Infinity War and Endgame levels of dominating the box office ever.
Yeah.
Not ever again, but not for the next 15, 20 years, probably. I don't know. Things come and go. I think that's just, I myself, by the time we were watching Fantastic Four, I was like, I am ready to stop talking about superhero movies.
Yeah.
I'm done. I had a lot of fun. I enjoy all these movies, but I'm like, I want to talk about something else.
Yeah. And I think part of it comes from fatigue. And I think part of it comes from the international market in particular, I think it's lessened a little, because I think places like China are really investing in their own their own movie industry a lot more. And popular movies in China, like Ne Zha 2, which came out, which I haven't seen that, but I want to, that made $2.2 billion worldwide.
Wow.
Which is crazy. And so China can really, really drive the box office. Especially if they're making movies that are globally competitive, that's the highest grossing animated movie ever. Now it's in the top 10 all time, which is crazy. I mean, if you can't sell in China, and if China's less willing to market American stuff as much, then maybe that doesn't bode well for global numbers. But
maybe the global box office should be less important at this point.
But also, I mean,
and domestic is where you win.
Well, I think it's important, and on a lot of box office people, pundit, I don't know what pundit the word, people that follow the box office who report on it, a lot of them will put a big emphasis on domestic numbers, which, I mean, on this podcast, we typically just talk about worldwide. But I think it is important to study both, because just to see how movies perform. Well,
I guess the way I think about it is there are stories and things that are universally appealing to people, but there's also things that are only ever going to resonate with Americans or with the Western hemisphere. Whereas Ne Zha 2 has not performed well at all in the US. Now it's coming out way later, and
I mean,
it's one of those things where it's just it might not be a story that resonates really with Western audiences, because
for a movie that is not a US film, it's doing pretty decent by our standards. I think the highest grossing movie, I don't know if it's done Godzilla -1 numbers. I'd have to look it up. I don't want to say anything without knowing, but I think it's done pretty well. But I think you're right.
Godzilla -1, that's a very universal story that it's telling.
Yeah.
That yes, obviously you probably empathize more with it if you are Japanese or have family members who fought in World War II or something. But the main themes of that movie, I think anybody can relate to on some level.
And honestly, I need to look at the numbers. It could have outperformed Godzilla -1. So I don't want to use that as a talking point necessarily, because I haven't done the research.
Well, I remember that was just a really successful
movie. But it was, I think for Japan, definitely, that was their highest grossing movie in the US. So, and there's also countries like India that are really making a push. If you, we live in a bigger city that has a nice theater with premium format. So it gets a lot of these showings more so than your just average movie theater. And I can see when I'm checking show times, I'm seeing all sorts of Chinese movies and Indian movies, particularly those two countries. at least like every week have at least 2 movies from each country available to watch, which is that used to not happen, so there is more of a global participation in the movie industry. So I'm curious to know if that is a big reason why. I wonder if there's just like less of an interest from other countries to look at our stuff because they're like really pouring into their own stuff. And like India's always had a really strong film industry for a long time, but now China is really stepping up their game as well. So there's, just big countries trying to get their what do you call it? Stick in the fire.
Yeah. I just, when
what's a good idiom for that?
You make movies, you make them for a specific audience. Yeah. If you live in India, you want to support movies that are made in your country. There just also happens to be a really large population there. So I just think it's like you're in a losing battle if you're the US, right? Yeah. Unless you're making movies specifically to appeal to audiences outside of the US.
Which F1, I think.
Well, F1 is a very universal
big success story for that because F1 is wildly popular in Europe,
everywhere but here,
especially Europe. So just like really bringing in that Europe audience, and also you're getting the American audience because you're getting guys like Brad Pitt. You're getting the same director of Top Gun Maverick in a movie that is supposed to advertised to feel very similar to that. It's almost like a spiritual successor in a way. It's like the next big engine action movie. So I think that was a movie that I think overperformed what I would have thought it would have done because of just a really good blend of a movie. Was the movie itself all that great? I mean, it was pretty good, but I think the movie was marketed really well.
Yeah.
And I think the concept, the premise, the construction of the cast, I think it was just a really good, well designed and produced film in that way.
There are things that guys in particular will just always show up for, and that's big monsters and really cool machines. So
big monsters,
something
cool machines,
something like F1, I can see why. I had zero familiarity with the sport outside of before watching the movie, and I was engaged the entire time. It was a really fun movie. I liked it a lot.
Nice.
But who doesn't love hearing a really loud engine and things going fast?
And now there are movies that I think, if we want to talk about the quality of the movie, I think that movies like Ford v Ferrari, to use an apt pun, kind of drive circles around F1. Ford v Ferrari was awesome. And I was kind of hoping good for the next, racing movie of that quality. Cause they're kind of I think they're just going to be linked just because you have a superstar cast and racing movie that's supposed to exceed, it's supposed to be better than most stuff in the genre, right? This is a high quality, well-produced film. I don't think it was quite as good as Ford v Ferrari, but I think it is a really enjoyable movie. Dads are going to show up. Guys are going to show up. But yeah, so congrats to F1. I think was my runner up for best or biggest surprise for me. I thought it was going to be borderline top 10, but it ended up being top 5. So congrats to F1. Lilo and Stitch. We could talk about that a little, if we want.
Burger.
It was the safest move that Disney could have made, and it paid off for them. So
Disney's how do I get $1 billion?
And I did see Lilo and Stitch. It was fine. It was I get why, you'd want to bring your, the moms and bringing their kids audience, which I said that all summer. Don't underestimate it.
Yeah. Kids are out of school.
And also Wesley going to the movie theater by himself. Don't underestimate that audience. I guess people like me, A-listers who go to movies just for the sake of going to movies. By A-lister, I mean the subscription service, not anything special. I just want to clarify that.
I was wondering what that meant.
AMC stub A-lister. I
call it StubHub, which is the ticket.
StubHub.
Which is the sport ticket.
Hey, AMC
company.
Or StubHub, if you want to sponsor us,
Please.
That'd be cool.
You got 2 paying members here. 2 paying members.
We will continue to pay as well forever until I move to a city one day. Maybe that doesn't have AMC, but hopefully that never happens. So, that was not like foreshadowing of anything. I promise. I don't know why I even brought that up. Mission Impossible: Final Reckoning. I think being in the top 10 here is good showing for it. It was right in the middle. I think that was kind of what we were projected, probably the 7 to 5 range. It got the upper echelon or right in the middle of that. Sorry. Pretty solid movie. Not the best one by any means in the series, but definitely a good fun, good action set, really good action set pieces.
The underwater bit.
I think the negative of this one was the story was really convoluted and, just kind of goofy. But I mean, hey, it's Mission Impossible. What do you expect? It's not about like a cohesive screenplay. It's just about interesting characters and awesome action set pieces. I'm talking too fast.
Oh, smack species.
So we talked about superhero ones. Final Destination. Congrats, Jason. You guessed it. I denied it, but the millennials showed up for this one. $300 million. Not bad. And I'm sure that spawned 14 more sequels coming. So,
oh my goodness.
Maybe. I lowered my review on Letterboxd from like 3 stars to 2.5.
I had it at like 1 star, and I think I raised it up because I was like, you know what? Just because I don't personally love the style of movie, I get why people like it. So, anyway, it clearly worked enough. If you just like watching people die in outrageous ways, that's the movie. There's no other point to it.
Rube Goldberg machines. But
this isn't like some sort of like, artistic drama that tries to make you think on the themes of the movie. There are no themes in the movie, I don't think. It's just like people die in funny ways.
No themes.
That's the movie.
The theme is try not to die.
Exactly. There's no like theme.
And that came in at 9, right?
That was number 9. And Weapons at 10, which is the gold medal winner for most surprising movie of the year. Probably the year so far.
It is.
Especially the summer.
My number 1 movie so far this year. And I've seen 21 2025 films.
Wow, you're catching up to me. I'm at like 25 or 26 right now.
Yeah.
So
I think I'm catching up to him. I need to pick it up. Companion. I saw Novocaine recently.
I haven't seen Novocaine. I need to see that. But anyway, Weapons. I thought it was, again, I don't love this like kind of movie where it's like.
I do. I love it a lot.
It's like these thinking man horror movies where
Wesley just prefers you just scare him and get it over with.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I need to see it again, think about it more, but I had a hard time struggle. I was struggling to see like what was the point of this movie other than like, because I think it was trying to say more
I don't think it was
itself than it actually accomplished. In my opinion. But again, I saw it once. I haven't really thought about it much after that. But I thought it was a well like produced and well made movie. But
I think it was just a very like, kind of on the nose movie about like parasitic relationships. Quite literally with I'm not going to spoil it, but there's a lot of, they kind of hit you on the head with the parasite stuff because they bring it up a bunch of times. But I just think it's also a really creative way to make a movie. Non-linear storytelling is the way to go. It's fun to put together a puzzle in your head as you're watching it.
I thought that worked well in the movie's favor.
I just think it's like, I think the best microcosm is when you see everything from Julia Garner's perspective, and then it switches to Paul, who is the cop in the movie. And you see, like from her perspective, he seems like this really sweet, like kind of caring guy who cares a lot about her. But when you switch to his perspective, it's like he's already made up his mind that he's going to drink tonight, that he's going to cheat tonight. Yeah. Whereas from the other end, it looks like she coaxed him into it. Yeah. When they swap the perspectives, it's like, oh, he was actually just he came there with the intention of doing that and put on the show. It's just really, to me, that's really fun stuff. When you can really play with the perspective like that. Also, it's funny. It's a really funny movie for no reason.
Yeah, it was funny. So, it's a really good movie. I think Yeah,
I liked it better.
A lot of people are putting it as like one of their top movies of the year so far.
I liked it better than Sinners. I think while Sinners I think was really fun, and it's still like my number 2 movie so far this year, and then Superman. I think between Sinners and Weapons, I think Weapons is better. It's more cohesive.
I think Sinners is a little more dense, and I think Sinners has a lot going on that I love it in terms of like visual storytelling and performances, in my opinion. But
I mean, you get to focus on a couple of characters in Sinners, and whereas in Weapons you're bouncing around, quite a bit. Like I mean, like the main character, if you want to call her that, is not in like the middle of the movie because of the way it works. But
I think that I will say Weapons, I think, does a better job of blending its horror genre elements into the story than like Sinners does, blending like the vampire stuff into the story. That's like the one criticism I see a lot of Sinners is like the vampire stuff kind of seems like tacked on, almost like it. The rest of the movie's like really good, and the vampire stuff is like, all right. Spoiler for Sinners, by the way, it's vampires, whatever. But I think overall it's like a better movie. But Weapons is a movie that I think I probably should watch again. It's one I need to read.
I did see it twice.
I need to see Sinners.
I saw it twice.
Too, but anyway, Weapons though definitely exceeded expectations. Works its way in the 10. Just another note: Freakier Friday right now is at 15, but I think that could work its way up to probably.
I'm not going to watch that.
I haven't seen it yet. The Naked Gun. Me and Jason went to see it.
Hilarious.
It was really funny. If you really like absurdist, like goofy humor, it felt like the old Naked Gun movies. Liam Neeson is a great casting choice.
If you like any comedy that came out before like the 2000s, watch Naked Gun.
Yeah, and it's also PG-13, so it's not like super.
It's not raunchy.
I mean, it is a little raunchy, but it's not. It's PG-13.
It's implied raunchiness from the weird gags, but it's not actually raunchy.
Yeah, it's not. So many comedies nowadays are just like, oh, let's just. Our humor is just making it funny because of the rated R parts of it. I'm like, that's just forced, But how about Smurfs though? I didn't believe in it to make the top 20, but it did.
That's surprising.
I didn't know there was a Smurfs movies coming out.
I didn't either. I think that's why I left it off my initial list. Actually, now that I think about it, it's just kind of funny. Megan, just what a fall.
It's got John Goodman in it. Sorry, Smurfs does.
Oh, Smurfs
and Rihanna, which is interesting.
So
that reminds me of Trolls. You know, Troll.
Yeah,
had just a bunch of artists in it. Yeah.
So,
was Rihanna culturally influential enough for this movie to like make an impact? Because they heavily marketed that she was in it.
I mean, I think she's culturally, I mean, she's a superstar at this point. Maybe not like at her peak, like she was maybe like 10 years ago.
She's in that Battleship movie.
Oh, she is. That's right.
Yeah,
I forgot about that movie.
That's a fun movie.
Theaters with my dad. It was.
It's a movie, all right.
Yeah, they literally that was so dumb. There was aliens. Is that what it was?
Yeah. Aliens.
That was so stupid. Like Battleship, the game, did not have aliens. It was it was ships shooting at other ships. But whatever.
The visuals and sound design though are really good.
Cool with
in
with the razor ball thing.
Yeah,
they sound cool.
It had some rule of cool elements to it.
Yeah.
But I mean,
what about Jurassic? Oh yeah,
11-year-old Wesley thinking a movie's not good, like Battleship, probably means the movie's bad. Because when I was 11, my standards for movies were very, very low. Transformers 1 was probably like my favorite movie of all time.
Transformers 1's a good movie.
I think.
Wait.
Oh yeah, but like, is it the best movie ever? No.
Wait, Transformers, like not the animated,
the first
one.
Michael Bay one.
Okay.
Although the animated Transformers is also.
It's good. It's pretty good, I guess, but
it's good. It's a good movie.
Anyway,
it's a good movie. Wesley's just a hater.
Deep dive idea, Transformers. Jason would do it.
I would. We could do the trilogy. The trilogy would have something to talk about. Just the effects alone, I think you could go.
Oh, the effects alone.
Deep about what I watched a documentary on it. They did some insane stuff.
Michael Bay.
I think the effects changed after the third one. Like something looks different.
It looks fake, right? It looks plasticky almost.
It looks. That's a way to put it. Like in the first three, it looks way more photoreal, just with the coloring and the lighting and like the way they like made the material. Because all of the metal, the Transformers looked really real. And even like the way the light reflected on it and stuff and the shadows was like pristine. But then I feel like it kind of started to get a little kind of like muddied. Like it started to look kind of fake.
And 4 and 5.
4 and 5. Like, well, I guess 4.
Well, 4 has that weird transformation thing where they pixelize. And I don't like that at all. It completely removes from the coolness of
I get that. So I think 4 still holds it well in terms of
with
VFX.
the Dinobots, maybe I think look really good.
Yeah. So I think what I'm thinking more of is actually, I think it shows in Bumblebee.
Oh, Bumblebee. And the villains in that one, I think they look like toys. Although I like the designs. Don't get me wrong. I just think they
look like the original design,
which is fine, which is cool. I enjoy the design. But you're right when the actual effects, because they're still trying to be like the super realistic.
Yeah.
But they kind of look like plastic to me.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good way to say it.
Which is a shame because actually Bumblebee is probably one of the better, like story wise, of the.
It has a really good opening, like the battle on Krypton.
Mm-hmm.
Really,
I watch that on YouTube every now and again.
Like, can we just get same? Your comment processed. Like it'd be fun to get, and even the battle on Krypton in Transformers 3 at the beginning.
That's also a thing I've revisited from now.
Yep. Yeah. Like I feel that they should utilize making a Transformers movie like that, but just on Krypton. Like that's worth
Cybertron.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What did I say?
Is where Superman's from.
Oh, Cybertron.
You said that earlier, but I didn't want to interrupt. I was like,
please interrupt this time. Yeah, on Cybertron. I was about to say Cytron. As you can tell, I'm not
the
Cryptotron.
We should do like a mini-sode just glazing really good effects.
I would love that. Shout out if anybody wants to listen to a podcast about effects. There's a company called Industrial Light and Magic. Short is ILM, and it's the VFX company that George Lucas helped start. They have a podcast now, and it's really cool. I just listened to a podcast episode where they were just talking about how they recreate lens flares. Like you can get lens flares in camera, but then they also like try to bring the lens flare action into other shots, and they talk about like how they do that and stuff in different ways to put lens flares in shots. So really good podcast if you want to dive more into like the effects stuff. But yes, that would be fun to do a VFX episode or something.
Yeah, we should do that sometime.
We should dive into how one of us is actually 3D generated.
Yeah, the AI version.
The AI.
I can just one of us can just like skip the episode and see if anybody notices. Anyway, so yeah, that's the top 10.
What about Jurassic World? We didn't talk about
Jurassic World Rebirth.
I want y'all's thoughts because it was heavily marketed as, well, I don't know about heavily. It was marketed as they're trying to really emulate the original Jurassic Park. They shot on film to kind of like bring in that visual aesthetic. And it seemed that the director, Gareth Edwards, was really keen on trying to match and continue that Jurassic Park spirit.
Did it look like it was shot on film to you, Wesley?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the movie looks good. I didn't recall specifically thinking it looks like it was shot on film.
It looks good.
Yeah. I mean, there's just so much CGI that it maybe kind of hurts the aesthetic, maybe, but it's not bad CGI. It looks good. It looks fine.
Kagai.
It's an awful movie, man. It is.
I know people don't go to watch the Jurassic World movies because of story and characters, but this one is particularly bad in terms of writing, and it spends so much time trying to get you invested, try to develop these characters, but it doesn't do anything. Oh man, like the actors aren't bad, but the scene to scene dialogue is so bad. Like I don't blame Gareth Edwards for this movie being bad, honestly.
I do.
The guy that wrote the original Jurassic Park. So I think they tried to, I don't know, but this.
Hey man, that was like 40 years ago.
Like the scene to scene dialogue just really didn't work. And there was so many like character things brought up that just were important to them and we were hoping would get resolved, but just not brought up at all. Like Mahershala Ali's character in particular has this whole backstory that they talk about with his son and wife. And then like
they have the quiet exposition moment.
And it's like kind of sad, but there's like this longing of like, oh, maybe he'll get back together with his wife. Literally never mentioned again in the entire movie. Like, okay, well, what was the point in the first place, you know? And then, yeah, it's just like, why do we spend an extra like 20 minutes at the beginning of the movie, like trying to set up these characters if you're just not going to like do anything with them?
Mm-hmm. So like the Scarlett Johansson's character is really funny to me. And I really feel bad because Scarlett Johansson's a really good actress. And you can, I think I said it in the car with you, is like she's trying her best to not sound like she's phoning in her performance. Because it's just, so at the start of the movie, I don't know, there's like a dead dinosaur in the street or something. I don't know. I haven't even seen the previous two, but it has something to do with all the dinosaurs are around the world or whatever. And she gets into the car with this billionaire man, or this man who works for a billionaire man. And there's some weird soppy, like, he's like, I'm sorry about your friend from the last mission. Oh yeah, he's dead. And she's sad about it. And then they get out the car and they kind of walk to this scenic water area. I don't know how. They were in the middle of the city a second ago. And then she's like, you know, I'm really looking to take a break. And he's like, what if I gave you $1 bajillion? And she's like, well, that changes things. And I was just like, you want me to like root for this character whose main motivation is money? You know? And the vague idea that her partner died in her last mission. And they go out of their way to explain how she like does like criminal things and she's a criminal and she does illegal. Like, no, I'm not rooting for this person. Well, sorry.
And it's like, okay, well, fine. If you want to have like a redemptive character arc and stuff, which her character, like after saying those things about wanting to have more money, like literally like a really great, like really nice, thoughtful, compassionate person.
They have these moral check-ins at like 3 points in the movie to check it where she's at morally with because they bring up this conundrum where the point of the mission is to get blood to make this life-saving like heart medicine. And they're working for Mr. Evil Billionaire who wants to, you know, charge $1 bajillion for it. And so the scientist that she's with who knows dinosaurs or whatever is like, what if we made it free at the first checkpoint? And she's like, but $1 bajillion. So no. And then the second time it's like, well, how would we do it if we did make it free? And he's like, oh, we would just give it to everybody. And she's like, I still think the $1 bajillion. And then in the third and final checkpoint, she's like, okay, we can give it to everybody for free. Screw the $1 bajillion. It's just,
I just
the
ran
laziest
from a dinosaur. We can give it for free.
Yeah, it's just the laziest like writing. I don't know, man. I've seen a worse movie this year, unfortunately, but that is, if it wasn't for War of the Worlds 2025, this would have been the worst movie I'd seen this year.
And the world building is weird and like, what were you going to say?
There's a War of the Worlds 2025 movie?
Oh, yeah. Jeez.
Wait, what?
It didn't go into the theaters. It was Amazon.
What was it?
Ice Cube.
Ice Cube. Yeah, terrible movie.
We'll show you some clips after.
I haven't pleasured myself by watching it yet.
I've seen it twice.
Anyway, the world building, and it's so weird. Like they randomly like come to like a abandoned ancient temple.
Yeah,
and they're like, "Oh, this is interesting." And
they bring it up.
Then there's a dino attack, and then they leave, and like nothing is ever mentioned. Brought up again about it.
They go into the ancient temple, and they're like, "Is this an ancient temple?" like that's almost verbatim what he says.
I thought there was going to be like some sort of like Indiana Jones type, like solve a puzzle, escape from a dino. No, all they do is like jump off the side with a rappelling rope.
Well, not even the side; he just jumps off.
Yeah.
We didn't jump off. He gets like shut off.
Is this an ice cloud?
Yeah. Now there is one sequence in the movie that's I think really good.
And it involves a T-Rex.
Where there's this other family, by the way.
Oh yeah,
there's more characters that we get to know. Wow, and they have little kids, so the stakes raise. Anyway, there's like I guess a T-Rex or
it's a T. I think it's. T-Rex.
It looks like a T-Rex. I don't know.
I'm not a dinosaur expert.
And he's chasing them down the river, and that was a really tense scene. That was definitely the only scene in the movie where I was like, wow, that's some dino terror. I think Gareth Edwards does a pretty good job with the dinosaur scenes in general.
And scale. He's a good scale guy. Making things look big and you feel tiny.
He was a good director for this movie. And I'm not saying he was perfect for the movie, but I don't really blame him for this movie being bad, I guess.
Gareth Edwards fell off.
A little bit of a fall off. But I'm still excited to see him do another movie. So
he did good in Godzilla, like in terms of showing scale.
Godzilla,
I thought that was a good one.
And he did good in The Creator because it is factually a good movie.
The Creator is not that good of a movie, but I'll tell you what, the big space laser looks sick. It looks so cool.
Yes.
I'll give him that.
I do not tolerate the Creator slander.
I tolerate it. I spread
I know you do.
slander.
I don't tolerate it. And also Rogue One, of course, great movie.
Which, again, the Death Star, they just does a really good job of making you feel tiny.
He just does the monsters, sci-fi. He does dinos now.
Can we just make him a cinematographer?
Or a director, because he directs.
He's kind of 2 of 4 right now on.
Hey, it's better than some people. Anyway, Jurassic World Rebirth.
Don't watch it.
It's like you can YouTube clip the one scene.
Is it really a rebirth?
Yeah, and also about I don't know.
There's nothing rebirth about it. I don't know
what is rebirth.
It has nothing to do with the dinosaurs being reborn or something.
This is really just like a kind of a sequel with different characters. It's almost like it feels like an anthology, like within the world. But
Jurassic World.
Yeah, and another thing about Scarlett Johansson's character is she's like traumatized from like a previous experience of like somebody dying on a mission, which, by the way, that's never explained, like how it happens or like why it traumatizes her. And immediately in the first scene when they're arriving to the island, before they even get to that island, somebody dies.
A good old friend of her, by the way.
And then throughout the movie, like, all the unimportant side characters, they die, right? Like the ones that's like nobody's going to care if they get eaten. But these are her teammates and literally don't affect her whatsoever.
And these are people she's known or implied that she's known for years up to this point.
Yeah. And then at the end of the movie, she's all happy. And
she's like, well, that happened. We got to keep going.
Well, what about the trauma? Like, are you going to bring that up? Nope. Credits rolling. Okay. What about the guy's wife? Nope. Credits rolling. Okay.
Marsha.
Wow. Anyway, I don't know. I feel like they just had half of a script. They just didn't want to write the other half. And they're like, dinos.
Dinos.
Which, again,
Dino
one
Man.
great scene and a bunch of like pretty cool dino scenes. So, all right. Can we stop talking about that movie?
We can.
Please. Can we move on to
it's raising your blood
releases?
pressure.
Let us rebirth our conversation.
Yes. Let me know what the rebirth is in the comments.
Yeah, for real.
I can't tell.
September is not going to be that busy of a month. The Conjuring comes out.
Yeah.
The Last Rites. I guess this is the last Conjuring movie, unless it makes a lot of money. Then they'll probably do another one. The Long Walk, which is a Stephen King adaptation.
I heard that's pretty good.
It looks interesting concept. Downton Abbey, the grand finale for you Downton Abbey fans. I've seen one episode of Downton Abbey, and it was not even like a pilot. It was just like some random episode.
But isn't this like about the people who acted in Downton Abbey? Is that not what that movie's about?
No, it's the continuation of the actual fictional story.
Oh,
yeah.
No idea.
I was misinformed.
If you're a Downton Abbey fan, though, you already know that's going.
If you're British,
I'm somewhat familiar with the show. You're British. I think what I think what I can take away is that the characters are really well written.
There's lots of drama and side plots and romance.
Tea and crumpets.
And there's occasionally the American. I think there's a few Americans.
It's okay, guys. I love Doctor Who. I am a certified
Doctor Who
British content enjoyer. I get it. I see what you did there.
I don't know if I've seen. I like James Bond, I guess. That counts.
James Bond too, but not as much as Doctor Who.
You like the second James Bond movie?
There's like a lot of second James
You said
Bond
James
movies.
Bond too.
Did we talk about how the next one's going to be directed by Denis Villeneuve?
Yeah, we
Really?
did.
Did we talk about that in the last one?
I thought we brought that up.
Well, I don't know if we did actually. Maybe we did. If we
Maybe
didn't,
just me and you talked about it.
That's exciting. That is exciting. Dune to James Bond. You know,
I really want Denis to do an original screenplay, but
That would be fun.
that's just me.
and in my opinion, James Bond, in my opinion, don't hate me for this, one of the more overrated movie franchises. Like if you look at a lot
I'm
of
not gonna hate you.
I rewatched Casino Royale the other day, and it's still a good movie. It's just not as great as I remembered it being.
there's you can count on one hand how many like great James Bond movies there are. I think
Out
there's a
of
lot of like fun entertainment ones, but and I know there's a lot of James Bond super fans out there that love it, but I'm excited for Denis Villeneuve to like bring like some really really good James Bond movies to us.
Like as of right now, as far as spy movies go, maybe it's because I'm American, but I'm partial to Tom Cruise, the Mission Impossible series.
I'm partial to Spy Kids.
Interesting.
All
Which
right.
Which I do like
actually-
those movies, but they're fun.
I think
it's a
they're
different.
fun movies.
I
It's a
saw
different
the
conversation.
newest one,
From, like,
Armageddon.
2015.
Spy Kids Armageddon.
Wait, what? That's a movie?
Yeah, it was on Netflix. I had some friends visiting from out of town, and they had kids that were watching it. I watched it with them.
Spy Kids.
You didn't even finish it. You watched like
I
halfway
watched
through.
half. Well, I watched like maybe 3/4 of it, so I don't know what happens at the end. So don't spoil it for me. But I'm pretty sure the good guy probably
Juno and
gets arrested.
whatever her brother's name is are grown up.
They're in it.
Yeah, except only Juno actress is back. The one who plays her brother, I don't think came back.
Oh, it's Zachary Levi. And
Yeah, Zachary Levi was not the young brother.
Junie,
well, no, because
Junie
Zachary
and-
Levi is married to that.
Carmen.
I don't even know. It might just be different people, man. I don't know.
No.
Maybe you're thinking of another movie.
No, Juno's the girl, right?
So it's Junie and Carmen.
Junie, sorry.
Junie and
Let me-
Carmen.
Oh, so
Junie
Junie's
is
the
Junie is
boy.
the boy. Carmen.
Oh, sorry. Well,
Wait,
Carmen,
Carmen, right?
Carmen, the actress who plays Carmen comes back as an adult.
Nice.
Spy Kids Armageddon.
Carmen, yeah.
I think this specific one did not have those two characters, but I think there's another movie
Oh,
that is.
so is that the fifth one then? Is that a fifth and not a fourth?
There's
I
Spy Kids.
I don't
There's
care.
Spy Kids 4, which has them coming back in the end.
Oh,
That
I'm just.
And then you
I'm
have
not
Spy.
saying you're wrong, but the specific one I watched
I'm
had
just
Zachary
stupid.
Levi and some other lady that I hadn't heard of,
Hmm.
and
I could have sworn it was the lady who played Carmen.
this, it was for a kids movie. It was Is it something I'm gonna like?
Why are we still talking about this?
Is it something Is it something I'm gonna think about? No. Upcoming September releases. Him, which is a Jordan Peele
Produced.
He didn't write and direct it, so I don't know if I count it as a Jordan Peele movie. But
What is that movie about? I've seen thumbnails that are very interesting.
I've only seen the trailer, and it looks like some sort of horror movie around like athletes, like it's like
Selling their souls.
selling their
Sure.
souls, taking drug,
Sounds
like
weird.
supplements, right? Like it seems like it's going to be kind of talking about that theme of like how athletes get treated by mega
Oh,
corporations and
I see.
their teams.
Okay.
And with a horror spin on it.
With the
I
horror
see.
spin. So
Huh.
should
I'm
be
interested.
interesting.
I'm going to watch it.
So
I was gonna
I
ask
like
if
football.
I was gonna ask if it was
like
a
football.
sequel to her.
Oh, with
That would have
Joaquin
been funny.
Phoenix.
That's like perfect. It's like
Joaquin
Scarlett
Phoenix becomes an
Johansson,
AI.
and it's the Walking Phoenix AI.
the Joaquin Phoenix AI.
He might be an AI for all we know. Who knows what they do in Hollywood nowadays? Anyway,
If you know, let us know, or don't let us know. I don't know.
if they told us, they'd have to.
If you know,
unalive
tomato.
us. Then the last one that I want to talk about is One Battle After Another.
Oh yeah, with Mr. McHandsome.
Mr. Leonardo DiCaprio. Is that who you're talking about?
Oh no, I'm thinking of that other movie, the other Stephen King adaptation that's coming out, Running Man.
Oh, that one comes out soon. I don't think that comes out in September though. That's
Oh.
why I didn't bring
With
it up.
Glenn Powell.
Yeah, Mr.
That's
McHandsome.
that's a Stephen King
I think.
Yeah.
thing.
It is.
Yeah.
He wrote action stuff.
I
Stephen
guess so.
King's.
That looks like an action movie.
It is. Stephen King's got a pretty wide variety of books. He's not just scary stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Interesting.
which one did I? Oh, One Battle After Another is Paul Thomas Anderson, who is an acclaimed movie director, auteur. He's done There Will Be Blood. What was it?
Hurt Locker.
No,
No,
that
that's not
wasn't him. He's There Will Be Blood, Licorice Pizza. He's done a few others. This got Leo DiCaprio in it.
Darren Aronofsky. He just came out with Caught Stealing.
Caught Stealing just released. I haven't seen it yet. I don't know if I will. I might see it.
I heard it's pretty good.
Austin Butler's in that one. Zoe Kravitz. It doesn't have anything to do because they haven't started filming the Batman 2 yet, I guess. But anyway. There it is. The Batman 2 mentioned in the podcast.
I like Austin Butler.
So, yeah, I like him too. I liked it when he was a bald-headed guy that lived in a color desaturated
under a black sun.
Yeah. I didn't like the part where he like kissed his uncle though. That was a little weird. But you know those Harkonnens, they're kind of gross.
That is weird.
Anyway. So yeah, one battle after another is one of the first like, you know, big award contenders coming out this year. So,
Leonardo DiCaprio and being in an award-winning movie.
DiCaprio may be a weird guy, but I'll be darned if he isn't one of the best actors alive. So it's always an event when he has a movie come out.
He got eaten by a bear that one time.
Did he now? I don't remember that in the news. Stop deceiving our listeners. But anyway, let's talk top movies, news, stories. So there has been a lot of announcements for movies coming out 2026, 2027 in particular. I want to talk about 2 years ahead a bunch. But yeah, Toy Story 5, though, that does come out next year. So
why?
Every time a new Toy Story movie comes out, people say, we don't need it. We don't need it. And then it comes out and it's like really good. So, you know, why should we expect
They are all really good.
Ever since
that's not the point.
People didn't
They can't keep getting away with it.
Okay, but like Toy Story 3, nobody thought we needed that one and it came out. It's like one of the best animated movies
I don't know
ever.
how you can remember what the culture was like when you were 12.
Toy Story 3 was a good ending.
Brain and memory capability.
Toy Story 3 was a good ending to the trilogy.
And then Toy Story 4 came out. We're like, we don't need this. But then it was really good.
I could still live. It's good. I could still live without it.
My question is, with Toy Story 4, who are they going to follow? Toy Story 5, because Woody is now with Bo Peep, out like being, like they're doing their own thing. They're not with Donnie, the girl anymore. But Buzz and Jesse and all the other toys are still
with Bonnie.
So my question is, what are they going to do with Buzz and Woody separated? Because that's like, Buzz and Woody are the core anchors of Toy Story. So,
also, Tim Allen and what's his name?
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks. They're getting old, man. They're getting old. I don't know, man. Just leave things alone.
Tim Allen said he didn't want to do it until he read the script, and it was really good. So,
look, man. I'm gonna go to the movies in 2 years or next year, and I'm gonna watch it, and I'm probably gonna like it, man. I'm just curmudgeon-y, and I don't like a ton of sequels.
I get it. I get not liking it on principle, but Toy Story is different.
Tim Allen might say that. I don't have anything against Tim Allen, but he did come back for the Santa Claus Disney Plus series. So
I thought people liked that. I didn't.
But that's another thing where it's like, why do we need?
Tom Hanks is coming back too. So
he's also old.
But here's what IMDb says.
You are old.
You are old.
So IMDb says Buzz, Woody, Jesse are challenged after being introduced to what kids are obsessed with today: electronics.
I feel like this story is
it just going to ignore what happened
Toy
in the fourth
Story
movie?
to the next generation of kids.
But it feels like noise. Like this idea of technology being something that hinders society or that can blind society, and like people need to get back in touch with, you know, who they are and whatnot. Like I feel like
you don't hold those sentiments.
Well, I just feel like that as a story element can be noise nowadays. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll see. I am going to be optimistic. I'm the optimist on this podcast.
Are you?
I'm not saying it's going to be bad. I'm sort of not a fan that they're making another Toy Story movie.
Look, man,
well, when we roll up to Toy Story 5, and then
look,
realized, dang, I forgot my tissues, bro.
Watch how much money it's gonna make just because Forky is in it.
I don't want you crying on my shoulder. I want you to, when you want to cry during that movie, I don't want you to be like Wesley.
Give me your sleeve.
Well, I'm gonna say I told you so. So.
Like, man, can I just be a Scrooge?
I'm not gonna say it's gonna be a bad movie.
Can I just be a hater?
No. Yes, you can. You can be a hater.
Look,
It's just a miserable life to live as a hater.
Wow. Okay. Look, here's my thing.
Power positive.
My thing is like when, like, I know Pixar's had like a bad run, except, well, I guess they had Inside Out too, but which is really good. But it's like very few companies can pull off multiple sequels. All right. But then everybody else wants to do it because it made $1 bajillion. But then they make really bad movies.
Bajillion.
You know, I don't know.
Yeah, Pixar's record is definitely spotty, but at this point, but it's still an elite film studio company. You know,
for sure.
Every time they released an Elio, there's always an Inside Out. You know,
I guess the good thing is they have no choice but to use their classic looking character design.
I feel like, I don't know how true this is, but I feel like they have on off, or like somewhat vague pattern.
Where are our Wallies? Where are our Ratatouilles?
There's like certain guys at Pixar that are like really good, like Brad Bird, Pete Docter. But then there's like other people that are like, you know, and then the established names typically make great movies. Like Brad Bird, what has he done? He's done Incredibles, Ratatouille, Incredibles 2, which Incredibles 2 people have problems with.
I don't like it.
It's still like a decent movie. At least it's like a decent movie.
Maybe
and Incredibles is like an all-time great movie, period.
It is.
Ratatouille
reviewed it.
Might also be an all-time great movie. So Pete Docter has done a lot of this Toy Story one, you know, like
Inside Out.
They have their like almost their own like auteur, like great directors within their studio.
Yeah.
And this is one of those movies, is Toy Story 5.
And they need time to work on
this isn't like an
movies.
Elio where the director is like, I don't know who that is. You know, it's not like Lightyear, which is kind of similar. So
dude, Lightyear went out of my mind. I was like, oh yeah, Lightyear.
I don't think
as it did with most people.
When's the last time Pixar's come out with like a new movie that is Inside Out? I think is the last time they came out with a new movie with a fun concept. I don't know. I just maybe it's because I was a kid, so everything just felt cool as a kid. But every other year we were getting a brand new Pixar movie that was just like,
I think,
wow, this is fun. You had Finding Nemo, you had Cars, you had Wall-E, you had Ratatouille. These are all very unique. These are all very unique
They
movies
went on a huge streak there for sure.
that are original stories.
They went on like a 10 to 15 year absolutely.
And you had your occasional sequel. You had your Toy Story 3 and your Cars 2. But
your Good Dinosaur.
The first like Pixar movie that was really met with any criticism, I think, was Cars. And even then today, Cars is still like a big deal for a lot of people.
Well, it's still like a very unique, movie.
And Cars 2 was like the first Pixar movie that people were like, wow, I didn't actually like that. So, I mean, that was probably the 2010-ish time.
Yeah.
Maybe, I can't remember exactly. But
yeah, Cars 2 is 2011, I think.
But they still, I still defend Pixar because I still think that they have the best like animators in the US, like the Western culture. Like they have the best team of like animators, the best team of like writers and directors. And not to disrespect DreamWorks, because I know they've done a lot of really great stuff, but I think even though that Pixar isn't as consistent as it used to be, I still will defend them as one of the top movie studios in terms of like qualities.
Even something like Brave,
But even Brave is not like, oh, that's awful.
No. Like I'm saying, even something like Brave, like I would love to see another movie like that out of Pixar. Just
I feel like Luca could have had more potential. I was interested until I found out there were like mermaids, like the whole mermaid side of it, or whatever they're called in the movie. Like they turn into those creatures when they get wet. Like that part of it, I didn't have an interest in. I was more interested in this town in Italy, with these characters that just feels very authentic. And like, I liked that exploration of the culture and like all of that. That's what I was interested in. And I think it could have been fun to like focus more on that, almost how like Ratatouille just dives so deeply into the French culture. Like they could have done something similar, I think, even more so with Luca.
Yeah. Because Pixar does like to represent different cultures in their movies. Like the Coco.
Yeah,
for
Coco
one, is like one of the better ones. I mean, Coco's an amazing movie.
I like Coco.
Is Coco their only musical? Technically? I mean, I don't know if Soul
for
is
Pixar?
Yeah, I don't know if Soul is considered a
That's
musical.
a good question.
'Cause-
Coco, I mean, is kind of a musical too. It's not like a full blown musical, but I mean, maybe Soul. I haven't seen Soul. I need to watch Soul.
Soul, I watched it on a plane ride, I think last year, and Soul is interesting. I'm trying to describe it. I think it's like a very simple story in a way about a guy who's very caught up in what he wants to be. Like he wants to be a renowned jazz musician, but he's stuck as a school teacher. At least that's what he sees. Like he's like, I'm, stuck teaching these kids who can't really play well. I want to go play, piano, and he's really good. Like he's like, I want to play in jazz clubs and stuff. So it's got like an interesting story about his arc. And in a way, like he's kind of one of those characters where his perspective doesn't make you want to root for him, but it's the fact that you're witnessing his journey of like this arc that he needs to have and this revelation that he needs to have in his own life, which I thought was cool. So yeah, I think there were some really fun technical things about the movie and visual things with what they did with the animation and like how they separated the real world from the quote unquote soul world. And even with, I think I said this around Christmas time last year, they literally recreated a real camera and lens in the 3D environment of their software to recreate like shooting on an anamorphic lens. And so like one of the biggest things you see from an anamorphic lens is that blurry backgrounds and like bokeh. So like bokeh are the little dots that are out of focus in the background that are coming from light sources. You might see them in like portrait photos, but even in movies, like the blurred out background light sources, they're, circles. For anamorphic lenses, they're vertical ovals. And it's just because of the way that the lens is capturing the image and then like squeezing it to make it the right proportion for viewing. So they literally recreated that for the 3D environment. So if you watch Soul, you'll see the background has oval bokeh and instead of circular bokeh. So like the attention to detail, I think, was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, maybe Soul is one that I need to put on my watch list.
It's got really good music. Really good music. Is it John Batiste or John Batista? The music or the piano player? He does the piano for this for the movie. Yeah. Really good.
And also there's a cool scene where a girl plays trombone and I played the trombone, so I like that scene. Mm-hmm. I've seen the clip. So anyway.
That is a good scene.
Well, cool. So let's talk about 2027 because there's a lot going on.
2027.
That's been announced. I'm just going to read these movies off and we can just talk about whichever ones are pressing the most. So Zelda.
Interesting.
Shrek 5. Sonic 4.
Me.
Frozen 3.
Okay.
That's 5, 4, 3. Ice Age 6.
Okay.
A Quiet Place 3 with all these sequels. Superman Man of Tomorrow. The Batman Part 2. Avengers Secret Wars. Passion of the Christ 2, by the way. That's an interesting one. Beyond the Spider-Verse. and The Lord of the Rings: The Hunt for Gollum,
Hmm.
which I don't know anything about that one. So
They're gonna hunt for Gollum.
yeah, Zelda's coming to live action. They announced the cast already.
Who's gonna be Zelda?
I don't remember.
Is it gonna be another Minecraft adaptation?
I think it'll
of
probably
a beloved
be
video
video
game.
Minecraft, but
Bro, Zelda has a fan base. I know
think it
Minecraft does too, but I feel like Zelda has a fan base that will be even
Minecraft
more.
is so open ended, so
Yeah, but I feel like the fan base for Zelda is gonna be like very critical.
You gotta
You got to
nail
get the
Link.
movie right for the hardcore Zelda fans.
I'm not a Zelda expert. The only Nintendo stuff I've played is Pokemon
Pokemans.
and like Mario Kart, Mario Party. So I don't know
Yeah.
anything really about Zelda.
Super Smash Brothers.
I don't have expectations for this movie, but I assume, the material in the games seems like it could make for an interesting movie. So.
Yeah.
We say that about every movie.
And the Zelda franchise is probably pound for pound one of the best game franchises of all time. So,
Big
pound for
fan
pound.
base.
What about like pixel for pixel?
Hey.
Was that goofy? Was that nerdy?
No, no.
It was cheesy.
No. Made sense.
So that comes out. Does anybody have strong feelings about Ice Age 6? Probably not.
Slop.
I don't have
Slop Age
any.
6.
I haven't seen an Ice Age movie in no lie, probably like 20 years. So
I'm just happy that I get another chance to be on camera. I was trying to do Sid.
I love
that could be good. I don't remember.
I love the first two Ice Age movies, but that might be just because I watched them a lot as a kid.
The first one is a classic.
It just doesn't seem like a franchise that like is still alive, but
It doesn't.
I guess it is.
I mean, technically, the studio. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. Technically, the studio is
Yeah.
not Blue Sky.
Blue Sky.
Blue Sky Animation.
They shut down.
They
I always thought it was DreamWorks.
DreamWorks produced it.
so Blue Sky was like a part of Ice Age. Blue Sky technically fizzled out, money wise, I think, if I'm correct, and was bought by DreamWorks. Something like that.
Okay.
So I'm wondering if this is them just like taking an IP that they bought and now have full rights to and just like
Get some free cash.
throwing something out there, which
Let's get a quick cash grab. Ice
Yeah,
Age
it's-
6. I can't believe there's 6 of them. Sonic 4. I mean,
Manny!
These movies have been very successful
I
consistently.
like the Sonic movies.
I've seen one of them. I've only seen the second one, which is good job, Wesley.
I watched the first one, lost interest.
So
This guy did.
I
But,
stopped it. I didn't even finish
they
it.
are kid oriented, I think, but I can see why
I'm a
like,
child.
kids would like them, and Jason too. Jason's like a big kid though.
That's an interesting take there, buddy.
Shrek 5. There was a lot of like
Oh my
hate for
goodness.
the teaser. Or
I don't
whatever.
think it looks like Shrek. It
because
looks weird.
the visuals looked a little weird.
They look
And the
really-
teaser was even like so. I don't like. I want my time back from watching that teaser.
It was if you could call anything slop, that's what that teaser was.
All I want is Eddie Murphy and Mike Myers to make funny jokes. I don't need nothing else.
I don't need a-
I don't need Zendaya
I don't need a
taking
character
too much
arc.
time of the movie. I don't. Cameron Diaz.
Here's
good,
the
fine.
here's the thing
But-
about Shrek is that it was born out of this frustration with Disney. The entire franchise comes from the fact that the guy at DreamWorks or whatever was fired or let go or whatever from I don't remember the exact, but it's a big, screw you to Disney. And that's why it's so good. There was a lot of hateful passion behind it, and it worked. And the second Shrek movie is honestly really good. And
Yeah,
then
the first two.
the
are
third
amazing.
one is there. I enjoy it.
Shrek
And
the third.
and the fourth one, it has Rumpelstiltskin, and he's a funny guy.
Forever,
I don't-
forever after.
I don't even remember if I've seen Shrek the third.
I've seen Shrek.
Shrek the third was
I
the one
might
with
have watched it, but
Arthur, right?
Yeah.
I just don't remember.
Shrek the third's the one with Arthur where he finds that wimpy human dude. And he makes him like a knight or a king. I don't know.
I
And
think I
is-
have seen the fourth Shrek.
The fourth
Forever
Shrek is
After.
where he's like makes a wish with Rumpelstiltskin, and it's like
And
a backwards wish or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've seen both Puss in Boots movies.
Those are good.
Puss
The
in
first
Boots,
one I don't remember much about, but the second one just came out a few years ago. That was really good.
I really like that one. The Last Wish.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
really good.
So clearly
the villain,
DreamWorks can.
the wolf villain was really good.
But I guess my rambling point is that Shrek started in one place, but we are far removed from that. DreamWorks is now its own big company.
Yeah.
That's no longer a like rival. I mean, it is a direct rival with like Pixar and Disney, but it's not like they're throwing shade at them anymore. And in fact, the whole corporate world now is probably all nicey and they say nice things to each other in public. And
at least they're not making Shrek live action like they did How to Train Your Dragon. That would be scary.
I kind of want to just see the concept for it.
No.
Just to see.
They better keep Michael Myers.
I need to sleep tonight.
They better keep Michael Myers.
It'll probably be played by Scarlett Johansson.
You'll have Eddie Murphy saying, "It's 2025. I'm making gluten-free waffles."
Gluten-free waffles.
Which, by the way, a Shrek movie or a Donkey movie has been confirmed. There's no timetable for it. I don't think there might be actually.
Please,
Donkey's one of those characters. Well, I don't know. I guess I would have said
the Puss in Boots movie. You know,
you're right.
The Shrek versus having a rebirth, unlike the Jurassic World.
I think the good thing though about the second Puss in Boots movie is that it feels almost like a reimagining of the character, at least visually. Because they completely changed the animation style. It's not this sort of photorealistic kind of animation. Not photorealistic, but
the humans look like humans.
Yeah. Like they were going more of like the Pixar route. Like you're making animation look like
kind of like The Incredibles. Type,
but they just flipped it on its head, and went a very different route for the animation style, which I think served well for the movie.
Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, I think a lot of studios are going to try to copy Spider-Verse and all this like extremely complicated and advanced different.
Good.
Which is, good. I mean, good. I would love it.
It looks good. I like things that look good.
Pushing the boundaries of what animation can do. So speaking of Beyond the Spider-Verse, 2027.
Let's go.
The voice actors have said that they've started recording. So this movie was supposed to come out
last year,
2024 originally. That was the original target date. Christmas. So 3 years later. And I think a big reason why it got delayed was, well, there's probably multiple reasons, but probably because there was a
writer's strike.
Like a couple, well, yeah. And like a year or two ago, 2023, I think was the year of bad CGI. And like, I think there was a lot of criticism towards the industry of overworking people. And I don't know, maybe I think they like decided to take a step back and say, hey, let's just take our time with this.
Yeah.
Because if they would have rushed it, like people would have been working probably 80-hour weeks, Yeah.
Well, I was going to say they announced it as they were going to be making the movies back to back.
Yeah, so the original vision for it didn't happen the way, but I'm excited. I mean, I think
me too.
Both of those movies are fantastic, and I think everybody would agree, right? And like Across the Spider-Verse, even I think topped the original one, which the original one was so good.
It doesn't it doesn't hit like the status quo of a sequel. They're like, we're not making a sequel. We're making just a continuation of the story, and it just knocks it out of the park.
Yeah, it feels like it's builds off of what made the first one so great. I think it integrated fan service really well, and maybe it was forced, but not really. I mean, I thought it was just so interesting seeing like they didn't focus on just the fan servicey stuff as like these multiversal like important characters. Like the important ones were like unique creative ideas, like the rock and roll guy, the Indian guy, so the chai tea guy. I remember he said, "Why do you call it chai tea?"
That you're saying tea, and then non bread.
And I really, really like the
non is
complexity of like the relationship between Miles and Gwen.
Yeah,
I think it's really interesting. I'm excited to see where it goes. I think I really kind of was drawn towards Miles as in his journey. I think I don't know if I like related to it, but I like really was attracted to that like story and like his perspective, because like at every turn in his career, like people have been trying to like
tell him what to do,
and like it's not even like he's just trying to be rebellious just for the sake of rebellion, but it's like genuinely frustrating, like the things that are happening to him.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, like you're like taking this control away from me that like, if I had this control, things would probably be better, you know? And, but he also has a good heart. He's a hero, and, you know, I'm excited to see where things go. So anyway, Spider-Verse 2027.
Let's go.
A Quiet Place 3. I mean,
whatever.
A third Quiet Place.
It's happening.
John Krasinski died in the first one.
Man of Tomorrow. Superman.
I'm excited about that.
This is the most James Gunn thing ever to tweet the announcement of a major movie. That man is he just needs to like get offline for a few minutes. James Gunn, I feel like, lives on the internet, but I mean, I'm grateful that he's very transparent about things. So that is nice to like the updates. I think we haven't really seen that from a studio head before.
I don't think you'll see Kevin Feige tweeting
updates about the movies.
Just locked in the cast.
I'm glad he'll confirm and deny things like that people are confused about pretty often.
So, he denies a lot of things because there's a lot of rumors. He's like, no, that's not true.
It's good. It's just, it leaves. I hate speculating for years just for them to never do something. It's like, it's better to just be like, yeah, we're not doing that weird side thing you thought about.
Yeah.
Everybody.
It's a good point.
So Superman. So he announced a saga, which is going to be like 4 movies is what he said.
A Superman saga.
So 4 Superman movies.
We haven't had that since the first 4.
Now, I don't know. We don't know the details of that. If those are like all going to be solo movies or if they're going to be like team up movies. Maybe, but I mean, the way he indicated it, saying it was a Superman saga. So that makes me believe like, yeah, these are 4 Superman movies.
Dude, one of them, they got to make a world's finest Superman and Batman. No more brother wars. I'm tired of seeing them fight each other. We'll
see. So the second one's called Man of Tomorrow, comes out 2027. Now we have the third like big DCU movie announced. So the third one, I'm not counting Clayface as a big DCU movie. Although I think that is going to be canon. I don't think it's going to be.
They're filming it right now.
It's not going to be one of like the big ones. Man of Tomorrow though will probably be the third. Supergirl being the second, which is called Woman of Tomorrow. So I'm guessing there's going to be some sort of
Teenager of Tomorrow
connection there. Girl, boy of tomorrow.
Teenager who needs to grow up and not go to parties all the time of tomorrow.
Yeah. I want to see if James Gunn can do something a little different.
Me
for
too.
The second one. I don't need punk rock songs in this one this time.
You guys are haters.
I mean, hater. But it's James Gunn. You just have to come to the conclusion that most of the soundtrack is going to be punk rock music.
Dude,
and I watched The Peacemaker season 1 and I started watching season 2 recently. Great show, but literally like every other scene has a new punk rock song. And then sure enough, we see Superman 2025. There's like at least 2 of these, which I mean, they're good songs, I guess, but it's just
iconic now. Like now,
if this is going to be every single superhero movie, I mean, maybe that's the style he's going to go for.
I don't think Clayface is going to be like that.
But no, Clayface is not. And that's something James Gunn said. It's not going to be every movie or every director is going to have the creative freedom to set the tone he wants. It's not going to be the same thing over and over.
And we don't know if James Gunn's even going to direct Superman, Man of Tomorrow.
Which he's definitely writing it. He said he already did the treatment, which is like kind of what you do before you like. It's like writing down. It's like writing the script before you write the script, basically.
Like getting the main stuff across.
Yeah.
I'm okay with the punk rock vibe of Superman.
Maybe that's the real punk rock.
I mean, they say as much in the movie, man. I don't know how you can't smile at the end of the movie when it's playing that song.
I do. I like it.
And it's playing these videos of him with Ma and Pa Kent. And I'm just like, this is Superman.
I just don't want it to feel like the same as Peacemaker.
I just don't want to be happy and bubbly.
Well, I don't want it to feel the same as all of other James Gunn's stuff. Like, I don't know.
Do you watch a Denis Villeneuve movie and hope it doesn't feel like a Denis Villeneuve movie?
Well,
all right.
What I'm saying is, I don't want every single Superman movie.
Do you watch a Christopher Nolan film and be like, man, I really hope he changes things up and doesn't direct like he always does?
He doesn't. Okay, well, he
You can
doesn't
watch
make the same movie over and over. Is what I'm saying. Like he
No,
makes
and
different-
Superman isn't Guardians of the Galaxy.
but
you
it
can
has
tell
a
they're
very similar tone to it.
You could say that about any Christopher Nolan. You can tell Christopher Nolan directed a movie.
Not necessarily. But,
Yes, you can.
well,
Oh
you
my
can.
goodness.
Okay, you can tell his stylistic choices, but tone is a different thing.
I'll give you maybe the tone thing, but also, is it wrong for Superman to have a happy-go-lucky kind of?
It's not. I literally said it was. I liked it, but I would hope for the sequels that
You would hope he would lose the happy-go-lucky.
there's a little bit of like. I just would like to see maybe part 2, part 3 take a little bit of a darker turn. You know, like all the middle sequels
We
do.
just
And
had
maybe
a whole
just like
thing about it not being darker. That's the whole.
well, not like a Zack Snyder dark, but like I don't know. I'm just gonna accept the fact that it's gonna have.
He doesn't like
I'm a
bubbles.
punk rock. I do,
And he doesn't like sunlight.
bro. I just don't want this. I just don't want it to feel exactly like Peacemaker, bro. Pacemaker.
I don't even think it.
That's gonna be
I don't
Peacemaker
even
when he's in
think
his
it-
70s.
I don't even know if I really agree that it feels like Peacemaker. I think you can definitely tell they're both directed by James Gunn. But like, I don't know. You think Superman feels like the Suicide Squad too?
I mean, it has similar tone, but anyway, we don't need
Wesley
to
just says something, and I'm just like,
choking.
You're just like, what? You want to explain that for the audio listeners?
No, I don't want to explain that.
Your violent impulses.
Um,
So speaking of tonal differences, the Batman Part 2 also coming out. We've known this for a while,
Yeah.
but it's just worth bringing up.
I hope that
again
movie's all
because-
bubbly and stuff.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I hope.
I hope it's completely different.
I hope they have.
I hope they completely.
Dude,
ruin it.
it's
I'm sorry. I'll stop.
that's a misrepresentation of what I was trying
I'll
to
stop.
tell you.
I'll stop. I'm rage baiting. I'm
Are
sorry.
you? Yes, you are. Clearly, it's working.
In case you didn't hear, Jason's gonna stop.
Anyway, so the script is done. We knew that for a while. The news is that the filming starts in April. So
How old is Robert Pattinson now?
like he's in his 40s.
48.
He
Man.
looks
I don't think
good.
he's that old. Not far though, probably. He's early 40s. So yeah, I mean that one. There's lots of theories going around, but
Lots and lots.
who knows, man?
I won't
I'm
make any
excited.
theories until we see the cast.
Does the first one give any hints to anything to come, or is it kind of its own story?
It's its own story, but I mean, it's one that it's not like. Well, there is one scene where it has like the Joker in the prison with in Arkham with the Riddler.
That's a post.
Which honestly, that's like the one scene where I'm like, man, I didn't really like that scene. It would have been better as like a post-credit scene, or just not in the movie at all, honestly. But other than that, yeah, I mean, I've glazed that maybe so hard on this podcast so many times. I'm not going to do it again.
You're free to.
But one thing I do want to say is 2027 is going to have Superman and Batman, but this is not going to be the DCU Batman. There's another Batman, which we still don't know about, which Alan Ritchson, who is a popular fan cast, said he talked to James Gunn about it, but James Gunn said they didn't want him as Batman. So
Dang, I really like
Let me
the
see.
idea of Alan Richardson as Batman.
Alan Richardson. Let me
And
see.
He plays Aquaman in Smallville
I
way
have
back in the day.
I have entertained the idea of being okay with Bobby Batts being the Robert Pattinson.
Yeah,
I
would
love
be.
it.
I mean,
I'm entertaining the idea of liking that as him in the DCU, but I'm also like, let Matt Reeves cook. Don't force him to be set up for a Justice League movie
What if
it
it's-
doesn't fit his vision.
what if it's Robert Pattinson's Batman, but it's like it's the same character, but it's also not from the same timeline? You know what I mean? Like it's you basically can change whatever you want to make it fit your movie, the main universe,
Yeah.
and let the Elseworlds version of him be the Elseworlds version of him. Would that be too confusing for people? Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
I mean,
Is it
honestly,
gonna be,
if somebody just explains it, like I don't think it's like actually as confusing as people think it is, but I will say that Matt Reeves is a guy who I don't think Matt Reeves wants him to be part of the DCU, or at least until he can tell the story he wants to tell. And I think James Gunn kind of knows that and is respecting that.
But these people ain't getting any younger.
And, you know,
and you're not
and you have
any
stuff
faster.
like the Penguin show, which is in the Matt Reeves verse, just got like nominated for like 24 Emmys. It's probably going to win a few of them, like the big ones. So like, I think James Gunn knows like, hey, what Matt Reeves has going is really good and like wants to protect it. But I have entertained the idea of being okay with it being part of the DCU, because I honestly don't think whatever DCU Batman they're going to come up with is going to be as good as you know, like respectfully. Andy Muschietti, I think is how you pronounce his name, directed The Flash, which Jason is higher on The Flash than me, but I hated that movie. Like, it was bad. Like, I just did not like it. I'm like, why are you bringing this director? Why does James Gunn think that that's a good movie in the first place? Because he said it was. Maybe he just had to because that's his job as a DC guy. But
that was before he came in, though, right?
Yeah.
He was just trying to, I guess.
Well, I think they already announced that he was in charge of things, but the movie already existed.
It wasn't like a movie where I was like, oh, I think it was well directed, but it just didn't work overall. I was like, I don't think it was that well directed of a movie, The Flash. So I don't know. We'll see. He like picked the director before he made the script, which just kind of seems weird.
Is James Gunn writing the script?
I don't think so. Maybe. I don't know. But we do know that from 2021 announcements, it's already been 4 years, maybe 2022, maybe when he announced the DC slate, he said it was going to have Damian Wayne, which is the son of Batman, which is like the third or fourth Robin in the main continuity. But, they don't have to follow that. They can just pick him there. But we'll see. I would like to see like a Robin on screen, like an actual proper Robin, because we've never actually seen. We haven't, right? We haven't seen a good Robin other than the
1960s.
Yeah, I wouldn't call that like a good movie. The 1990s
show.
Batman and Robin.
Oh, the 90s.
Oh, yeah, the 1960. So we'll see. It just feels weird that, I don't know, it just doesn't seem like there's any urgency right now for them to like get a Batman out there.
Is it weird that I don't like Robin as like a character?
No.
I like the characters Robin turns into. I like Nightwing. I like Red Hood. Mm-hmm. I don't like Robin.
I just don't like the idea of like a kid crime fighter. It just feels weird to me. Like,
it's either really cartoonish and really only belongs in the cartoons, or you're asking really weird moral questions.
It works well in animation and stuff, but it doesn't, like, Robin to me is just difficult to adapt because it's like he's essentially like a child soldier. Like, that's
what I'm saying. How do you justify that?
Now,
like,
I know that there's a lot of Robin fans out there, and like I think I would like the idea of maybe like a little bit of an older Robin if they adapted it that way.
Like high school or college age?
Yeah, it just make it more believable. Like, this is a guy in his physical prime, like not like a 14-year-old, going out and like fighting Mr. like Bane. Like, what is that going to accomplish? Like, nothing, but if you can get like, and Dick Grayson had a good background because he was an acrobat. Like, he actually had genuine physical skills.
Yeah.
But I would like maybe a Dick Grayson that's in his 20s, or maybe like at least like 17, 18,
Yeah. I just also think it makes Batman look bad. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of things Batman does that can be questionable, but like having a Robin is a very like, you can't really justify that in any way.
Yeah.
Like,
and my brother really, really likes Robin and has all the comics. So I know that there's Robin fans out there, Bat Family fans, but Batman to me is just way more interesting by himself.
Or with the Justice League.
Yeah. Or with the Justice League. The Bat Family to me, I've never been a huge fan of. I do think the Arkham games do a really good job with the Bat Family though. So I think there are great iterations of it, but in general, like, I'm not like super excited about the idea of the Bat Family, but especially because you're going to get the Reeves verse, which I think is just going to be a lot better. It has shown to be really, really good already. So anyway,
what's next? Passion?
Avengers Secret Wars,
Oh, yeah.
which is Not much to say about that. We don't really know anything.
I mean, we haven't seen Doomsday
Guys,
yet.
it's a secret.
Doomsday comes out next year, so I guess they're filming it back-to-back years. So they might already be filming Secret Wars.
Maybe. I heard they haven't finished writing the ending.
We don't know.
The Russo brothers. For well, I don't even know if it's for Doomsday. It might be for Secret Wars.
Yeah, there was rumors that they were filming without a completed script. So,
and then there's
Great job.
also rumors
Love
that
that.
certain actors on set are having problems with each other. This is completely unvalidated. It's just maybe people are just making stuff up, but it sounds like it's having problems.
Sounds like it
surprised.
might be a secret.
Yeah, the Passion of the Christ 2, which I think is going to be called the Resurrection of Christ. So if you don't know,
it's only fitting.
If you stuck with us this long, and if you don't know, we already did a podcast deep diving Passion of the Christ,
Our
which
Easter
is
special.
which is our most viewed podcast, by the way.
Wait, really?
300,000
podcast
views
episode.
on YouTube. Yeah.
What? That's awesome.
So
Yeah, it triples our second best. Or
Mel
something.
Gibson said, I think I saw it on Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan asked him, "Are you like actually doing this movie?" He's like, "Oh yeah, it's gonna happen. We're gonna bring Jim Caviezel back." He talked about how good the de-aging technology was nowadays. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess that's what we're getting. This is a movie that I really just don't think we need. But hey.
Did you say that to whoever wrote the Book of John? Did you just tell them we didn't need Acts or something?
Okay, this is
That is
a bad comparison. That is a terrible comparison. However, I am going to be excited because I liked Passion of the Christ, and I think Mel Gibson is a good filmmaker. Jim Caviezel is in his 50s now.
That's not too far removed from 33.
I mean, 20 years. Anyway, we'll see.
How
it
has his
goes.
diet been these past 20 years? That's what's gonna show.
So we'll see what
Well,
happens.
does he look
with it.
like he's 50 something, or does he look like he's like late 30s, 40s?
Let's find out.
I don't know how this movie is going to be. It's going to be completely different. It's got to be, right? Because we know how the story goes. Like the resurrection accounts are obviously not gruesome and bloody. And, that was part of the thing about Passion of the Christ is like, here's like a shocking image of like what this would have actually looked like. I don't know if it's going to have the same draw to it, but these popular Christian movies can do really well at the box office. So, especially ones by a big filmmaker, I don't know. So we'll see. 2027. I think there's actually going to be a third one, he said. I think there's going to be 3
Well,
of
now
them.
you're pushing it.
So we'll see.
Now you're pushing it.
I'll go see it, but
Third one's about Revelation or something.
maybe. You could be right. I don't know.
Will the third one be like, will we see just a super epic shot of Jesus riding on the clouds?
I want to see the dragon.
The third one isn't actually a movie. It's just the second coming.
Somebody make a movie about Michael the archangel fighting against the dragon.
Dude, that would
be pretty
cool.
sick.
That would be dope.
Pretty sick.
Anyway, and the last one I have on my list, Lord of the Rings: The Hunt for Gollum. I don't know anything about
I know
that.
Ian McKellen's returning. And
Is it like live action?
Yeah,
Are you serious?
I think so.
Let me look this
Ian McKellen, and who plays Frodo? Who plays Frodo, right?
Elijah Wood,
Yeah, Elijah Wood.
Serkis,
Elijah
and Ian
Wood.
McKellen are confirmed.
Yeah. So
I
think it's live action. I mean, maybe it is voice. I don't know.
What's the point of this movie? We know how Gollum ends, and like we know how he got to be Gollum. So like I feel that they gave Gollum his full arc for being a side character, and his like,
Maybe he didn't die in the lava.
bro. How do you not?
I don't know. It does kind of. If he doesn't die, then it kind of ruins the ending, doesn't it? So
Yeah.
I don't know. Do we know what's taking
Gandalf
place?
comes back to the Shire. He's like, Frodo, it appears that Gollum didn't die in the lava. We need you again for another journey.
Wait, isn't Frodo on the eternal? In the eternal world?
I don't know how it's gonna work. It might be like it might take place.
It's gonna be like
before
a.
that.
But Frodo doesn't know who Gollum is.
Is
before
Peter
that.
Jackson a part of this at all?
It's directed by Andy Serkis.
Oh,
It's not directed by Peter Jackson.
well, Andy Serkis He's directed a couple of good movies, right? Or
we're about to find out.
The Venom movies. he directed the Venom movies.
All three of them?
At least the first two. I don't know if he did the third one, but
he's directed.
While you look that up,
he's directed the Mowgli movie, which was like the Jungle Book adaptation.
Never mind. Andy Serkis hasn't done anything.
So we'll see. I highly doubt it's going to be a great movie, but
I don't know. Like the War of the Rohirrim. That was fun. That was good.
Yeah, but that was different though. That wasn't like it was a side thing.
And are people really going to go see a movie where the focus is Gollum? Because Gollum wasn't the focus of the other movies. He was a good side supporting character.
Which
that's a problem.
By the way, we have a Lord of the Rings episode where we talk about Gollum in detail, being one of the better supporting characters in movie history. So,
might be
just a really good episode in general.
Yeah,
that was the pre-video days.
That was our last.
That
was our last audio only.
Well, cool guys. So now it's time for our recommendations of stuff we've been watching recently. I hope you guys plan these out. Did you guys remember to make recommendations?
Oh, I got a recommendation for show.
Well, then you can start us off then. How about that?
So my recommendation is a movie called Hidden Figures.
Oh, okay. I've heard of that.
Yeah, period piece set in 1960s. It's about 3 African-American ladies who work at NASA. Oh, yeah. And they're basically helping with they're basically helping like with the space race, with some of the launches at NASA. So let me pull up the actors and actresses. So Kevin Costner is in it. Kirsten Dunst is in it. Octavia Spencer, Taraji P. Henson, and Janelle Monáe are the 3 main characters. So Kevin Costner, like I said, Glenn Powell, Mahershala Ali, Jim Parsons, a really good cast.
Sheldon's in it.
Jim Parsons is really good in it. Jim Parsons does so good with his character. Like you don't like his character, and that's the point.
Yeah.
He plays a very unlikable person in all the things.
True, but I feel like Sheldon in Big Bang, like you like him because of his high IQ, quirky, emotionally or like relationally disconnected personality. Like you like him for that. Yeah. But in this, like he's really good about being like a white male in the 1960s, especially at NASA, who kind of frowns upon like African Americans, and like this African American lady, one of the main characters who joins his team. And so I think it was like an interesting and insightful depiction of how like culture was like and society was like there were people who had problems with women in certain roles and who had problems with African Americans, and there were people who didn't really mind. Like Kevin Costner played someone who I think was really likable. You know, one of the main lady characters, she joins his team and he's the head of the team, and he's like, I just need people to get this done. We have a mission to carry out. If you can do your job, great. If you can't do your job, leave. Like that's his personality. But underneath that, like he has more of a lovable side to him. So it was nice seeing that. And I just really liked the movie for the period piece that it was. I was actually watching it and I was like, man, they did a really good job making this feel like it was shot in the 1960s. And then I looked it up and like they shot on film, and and like there were certain thing there were like certain visual traits in the movie that I was like, wow, like that's a characteristic of shooting on film. Like for example, when you have like light sources or high reflective highlights in your image, something that can happen on film is like you get red fringing on the outside of like the highlight. And so it's like this interesting color thing that happens, and it's kind of subtle, sometimes not. But if I'm correct, like that's something that film does. And so I was like, oh, did they recreate that? And did they like do film enhancement for this film? But they just shot on film. So really cool. I really like that. It made it feel more grounded in that time period. And just the characters and the dialogue are really good. I really just enjoyed how simple of a story it was. Like there was a lofty goal. Like it's about, you know, getting astronauts into space and getting a rocket into space. But just every scene is so good. Mm-hmm. And whether it's like one of the main characters talking with Kevin Costner and they're talking about math and science and all this stuff, or whether it's like one of the main lady characters, she goes home to tuck her kids in bed. Like everything feels just rich and like very real. And plus it was just like comical at times. Like it had a good sense of humor in a subtle way, even if it was just in the way someone said something. Like the chemistry in this film, I think was really good. And then the lack of chemistry, like the intention of making people feel like they don't like this person because of their color or because of their position. They did a really good job of, I think, showing that that clashing as well. So yeah, Hidden Figures. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to say about it. There's a really fun song in the movie that they keep playing at certain critical moments, and Pharrell Williams like makes the song, and it's just really fun. Like it fits the setting and it fits the like moments of the story. Yeah. It's definitely kind of set up comically, but there's actually like a huge payoff to it, which I really like. So I won't spoil it, but it's when someone's running. So I'll just leave it at that.
All right.
So Hidden Figures.
All right. Thanks for sharing that. Sure.
You're welcome.
You want to go next?
I can go next. Do you want to go next?
You got it.
All right. Oh, I got it.
Save the best for last.
All right. We'll see about that. We'll see about that. My recommendation is probably a pretty like...
If you say another David Lynch movie.
No, I haven't seen any new ones.
That's totally fine if you do. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, also, David Lynch is great. Leave me alone.
That's why I said, oh, that's fine. I was just kidding.
So, I was going to say, it's kind of cliche, I guess, maybe, but 1968's 2001 A Space Odyssey directed by Stanley Kubrick. I watched that semi-recently. I talked with you a bit about it. Actually.
Yeah.
Dude, what an awesome movie. I think a lot of people sometimes hate on the story and just like, oh, it's just visually great. I think the story is pretty good too. I think it's a movie where there's not a lot of dialogue. Very little of it. It's mostly you're just watching people do things, which is so much fun. And it is kind of Stanley Kubrick is just kind of showing off what he can do.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that when you're just really good at it. Every frame is like a wallpaper worthy like shot. It's such a warm looking movie too, not like color wise, but just the whatever he shot it on. I know it was film. It just feels familiar. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody, but it's a very cold movie. There's not a lot of warm lighting. There is some warm lighting, but it's a very coldly lit movie. But just the way it almost looks, I don't know. I'm rambling here, but it looks like soft. If you reached out and you could touch it, it would be soft and familiar. If that makes any sense, let me know. And if it doesn't, well, I can't explain it any better. But you just get this like really like, I don't even think the story's that confusing. It's confusing like watching it, but when you like get to the end and you just think about it for like 10 seconds, it makes sense. But just a really like interesting story. It's not really saying too much. It's just like, it's basically just man evolving and kind of being guided by this maybe aliens. I don't know. Interpret it how you will, kind of thing. And like kind of what it is, and you just have these moments where it's like man's like kind of ready for the next step of evolution, and then you have Hal, who's like robots, and they're kind of competing directly with each other on who gets to survive, quite literally. And I think it's one of the best parts of the movie, which obviously gets quoted all the time. He's like, "I'm afraid." He's like, or like, "No, Dave, I'm afraid I can't do that." Where he's like opening the pod bay door. It's all iconic. You don't need to see the movie to know what I'm talking about when you see the scenes. But and I don't know, man. Stanley Kubrick with a camera is just probably the best to ever do it. Between this and The Shining and Clockwork Orange and a couple of his other films, it's just I don't know. Maybe Christopher Nolan, Denis Villeneuve, they do some fun things with the camera, or at least maybe their cinematographers do.
He's one of the,
But like Stanley Kubrick, man, like I don't know. You watch one of those movies, and you find me a better looking, set up, framed film.
Yeah. And the production design too,
dude. All of the space things. This thing that Asher pointed out to me. There's a scene where the person is like grabbing a pen floating on the air. And Asher, when I was talking with Asher about it, he pointed out, he's like, they actually did that with a pane of glass and stuck the pen to it with a really invisible, either piece of tape or piece of sticky something to make it look, when you pulled it off, it looked like you're grabbing it out of the air rather than off of a surface. And I looked it up to see like the actual behind the scenes of it. And that's exactly what they did. It's so cool, dude. There's this scene of Dave running in the ship. And, if you've seen Interstellar, it's a more modern version of it where, the ship spins to create a sense of gravity. And I don't know how Stanley Kubrick did it in 1968, but he's managed to get, entire like footage of Dave running around along the wall relative to the camera. I'm sure maybe it's something simple. I don't know. It would have been really hard, and it looks effortless. It looks like, I can't remember the actor's name, but the guy who plays Dave doesn't look like he's like on a wire or anything. It doesn't look edited.
Yeah.
It looks like he's quite literally running along the wall. And I don't know. Every part of that movie's just got something crazy going on that just looks great. It's visually compelling.
Wait, I think I know how they did it. I saw something a while ago.
They went to space.
They went to space.
Yeah.
So technically, if you were to do it without zero gravity, the actor would need to be like standing upright the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So I think what they did is the surface he's running on is like a big hamster ball treadmill. Like everything else is the same.
Yeah.
But what the little path that he's on is a treadmill, and the camera is fixed inside, and like it's all rotating. And so whenever the camera comes below him, I think he just steps over it, giving it the illusion that
it's not moving.
Yeah.
Dude, that is so sick. See, I wouldn't have been able to come up with something like that. And maybe other people would, but I don't know. That's a lot of work to get that shot, I imagine. You can't tell, and if the camera's mounted on something that's moving, you can't tell. It's not shaking or anything. I don't know. It's just, and you're working with these giant film cameras.
And that's kind of like a similar vein of how they did the hallway scenes in Interstellar, where they're like floating, or the hotel scenes where they're fighting. Inception. Yeah. Sorry. Where Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character is fighting the other guy in the hotel, and they're floating all over the ceiling and walls. It's the fact that they have the camera in a fixed position so it doesn't change in relation to the environment. And so when they move the environment, it just looks like the characters are moving, which is super cool.
Yeah. Definitely one of the all-time great movies. I mean, it's always considered one of like the best movies of all time, and I've seen it twice, and both, like the first time I was like, I don't really get it. The second time I watched it though, I was like, wow, I get it. Like, or at least like understand a little bit more. I know it's a very complicated movie in a lot of ways, and the ending is still like, who knows, but
Star Child.
Yeah. There's so many things about the movie that you could just really appreciate from an artistic standpoint. But also, if you get bored watching it, I don't blame you.
I blame you.
My cousin fell asleep watching it, but I mean, I think we did start it when it was like 9 o'clock or something. But
It's not a fast paced.
I just think everything's so eye grabby.
It's
I don't
very.
know. I mean, like I was glued.
Your
start to
eyes were
finish.
grabbed.
Yeah, my eye.
That sounds painful.
Well, it wasn't. It was pleasant,
Oh, it's
and
a
I would
metaphor.
do it
It's a
again.
metaphor. It's not literal. So.
Your eyes were metaphorically grabbed.
Well, cool.
Anyways, back to your recommendation, Jason.
Oh yeah, I mean, watch it. Definitely watch it. It's one of those movies that's up there with like Casablanca and Citizen Kane as like that everybody recommends or references.
Yeah.
I've seen Casablanca. I haven't seen Citizen Kane. Watch them though. Casablanca is pretty good.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, watch 2001. I promise you, it's not boring. If you like really awesome camera work, really cool practical visual effects, all done 60 years ago at this point, almost 60 years, not quite.
Pretty much.
In a few years it'll be 60 years, but it's just great stuff, man.
Yeah.
It's great stuff. Watch it.
Nice.
Yeah. So my recommendation is a movie I just watched a couple days ago on Hulu. It's called Sideways, and it has Paul Giamatti and Thomas Hayden Church.
Sandman.
Yes, and it has Virginia Madsen in it as well. It was written and directed by Alexander Payne, I believe. Let me just confirm that, but I think it was. Who also did The Holdovers.
I love The Holdovers.
So this movie came out in 2004. Yes, Alexander Payne wrote the screenplay. It's based off a novel. It's not like the most relatable movie to me because it was about like two guys going. So they're both probably like in their like late 30s or early 40s. Paul Giamatti's this really like he's like a wine connoisseur, and wine is like a huge like metaphor for so many things in the movie. But he's kind of like a more reclusive, not like a go-getter, like he's not like adventurous. Whereas his friend, played by Thomas Hayden Church, who was like they were college roommates, he's more of like an adventurous type. So anyway, they both go on like a week-long road trip because Thomas Hayden Church's character is about to get married. So yeah, it's like a bachelor trip essentially. And yeah, so it's about their whole week. It's probably a viewer discretion advised movie, but a lot of it has to do with like being in the middle of your life and like, what does it mean? Because both of the characters have very different perspectives on life. And one is like, oh, you got to live life to the fullest. Like he goes on this week-long bachelor trip. He's about to get married, but he fully intends to like, sleep with women and like do all these crazy stuff, like get drunk a bunch because it's like his last moment of freedom. That's how he views it. Whereas Paul Giamatti's character is like, well, I've already lived half of my life. I haven't accomplished anything, and I don't see what the point is to any of this. Why don't I just go home and keep living my life? So I like the differing perspectives there. And I think their characters, they don't really clash that much. I mean, they do a little, but they're like good friends. Like you don't really see them like yell at each other, fight at each other. But yeah, I think it's interesting. Paul Giamatti's like the main character though. And yeah, I mean, he's a really great actor. Somehow he did not get an Oscar nomination for this. I need to look at who did get nominated that year because I feel like he was snubbed big time. He was so good in this movie. Thomas Hayden Church got a nomination for supporting actor. He wasn't even as good as Paul Giamatti was. No offense. I mean, he was still a good performance. So anyway, I think it's hard for me to describe like the details of the character without like giving too much of the movie away. But yeah, I enjoyed it. If you like movies about midlife crises, I guess I'm not going through a midlife crisis. but I'm 28. Maybe I will in 10 years. But yeah, it's just I like the differing like the themes and how the characters interact with the themes of the story. And it's also funny too. You know, it's like it's a well-written drama. I think I prefer something like The Holdovers a little more from Alex Payne's repertoire of movies, but I do think that this movie was like almost like a spiritual predecessor to The Holdovers. Very similar because, you know, Paul Giamatti and The Holdovers.
Sounds like a similar character.
Like, yeah, I mean, it's definitely a different movie, and it doesn't have the old 70s style filmmaking like The Holdovers does. But yeah, I really recommend it. Great performances, a funny movie, but also lots to chew on thematically. I mean, visually it's fine. Like it's just kind of like a contemporary movie. It's not like a movie that needs like big visual spectacle or anything. But I'm sure like if I watched it again, I could break it down more with visuals, but really well written movie. Lots of great dialogue in particular. I think that's what makes it stand out. A mix of great conversations, goofy shenanigans, and, you know, love. There's love in there too. So, Sideways, yeah, won the Oscar for best screenplay.
Oh,
okay.
So,
go Sideways.
I think it lost to I don't know what won Best Picture that year. Was it? It might have been like Chicago, maybe. It might have been the year with like the piano. Maybe Adrian Brody beat him out. I don't know.
That wouldn't have been a bad choice. Adrian Brody and The Pianist was awesome.
I'll look it up. But anyway, those are some good recommendations, I think. I haven't seen Hidden Figures, but I've heard good things about it.
It's good.
I think my mom really liked it.
Yeah, it's good. I like it.
Yeah. So
I watched that like a few days before we saw Fantastic Four. So that week was just 1960s for me.
You were living in the 60s.
I was living in the 60s, man. Dude, the 60s, man.
The 60s.
The 60s were awesome, man. I wish I could go back.
oh,
You were never there, man.
So the year Sideways came out was the year that $1 Million Baby won Best Picture.
That's the Clint Eastwood movie, right? With the lady boxer.
The Best Picture nominees were $1 Million Baby, The Aviator, with Leo DiCaprio, Finding Neverland, Ray, and Sideways. And Clint Eastwood won Best Director.
Who won Best Actor?
Jamie Foxx was Ray. Don Cheadle, Johnny Depp, Leo DiCaprio, and Clint Eastwood all got nominations. I feel like you probably could have put in
John Deedle.
You probably could have found space for Paul Giamatti there. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
John Deedle.
So anyway.
Giamatti.
Oh, that was also the year Eternal Sunshine and Spotless Mind came out. Eternal Sunshine and Sideways were the screenplay winners that year. So
they shared a.
That's like a really great screenplay winner lineup right there. Well, they didn't share it. They were
both nominated.
Sideways was adapted, and Eternal Sunshine was original.
I was like, wow, they shared it.
Anyway, any final comments before we wrap this thing up?
Subscribe.
We are coming up on our 1-year anniversary, everyone.
We're gonna celebrate big time. I think.
Celebrate.
I don't know. Have we've made
There's
plans?
gonna be cake.
Oh,
cupcake.
There is going to be
a substandard of cake. A subset of cake is cupcake.
We've talked about a special like celebratory episode
of all of our bloopers, not bloopers, but outtakes.
We have some outtakes that
it's mostly
I've been collecting.
You should do the edit of one episode where it's just us taking a breath before we talk. Those are so uncomfortable to watch.
Do we want to like maybe preface if we do that episode, do we want to maybe preface it with like just a brief discussion of looking back on the year? Like we can just chat about it maybe. I don't know.
We'll talk about
We'll do something
off the pod maybe.
Yeah, we'll talk about
come up with a plan.
We'll do something though just for you to look forward to.
I've got a plan, Arthur. All we need is a few more bucks and we can go to Tahiti.
I love it when a plan comes together.
Hey. Dun, 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 dun.
I'll let you finish to the whole thing.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun,
Oh,
dun,
pity the
dun, dun,
I pity the
dun,
fool.
dun, dun.
Classic. All right. Yes. TikTok, Insta, YouTube,
Spotify,
Spotify, Apple.
Apple Podcasts.
That's where we're at. We got shorts. We got long pods. We don't have short pods because all our pods are 2 hours plus.
And we don't have any escape pods. You are stuck here with
true.
us.
Or Tide pods.
We are 3 peas in a pod.
Yeah, 3 peas in a pod. Well, anyway, hope you enjoyed this episode. This has been the On the Slate Movie Podcast. We are your hosts,
Asher.
Jason.
and Wesley.
Oh, that
I
was
switched
tough.
it up on you guys.
That was hard. I wanted to say Wesley.
I'm Wesley. I'm Wesley.
Oh, all right. Well, thank you for watching and listening, and we will see you in the next one. God bless.